Hello, the clock is 8 minutes in 14 2. It's Tuesday, the 19 March 2019, and we are live. Hello out there. How are you? I hope you have a great day today. I can see the sun is shining over Denmark. That's very nice. It's a good weather. Yes, I have right teeth because I don't know, when you grow up with a father that have some problems with his teeth in his high age, of course you get a kind of a interest in teeth and in the way it's working inside our mouth. And I have been very attended over when I've gone to my teeth doctor ever since I was a boy. And I think I have realized that I think there's a problem on this area. Not because I don't like my own teeth doctor, because I find her very good. So it have nothing to do about my private situation. But in a long life, I must say I have some experience that it's like a car, when you drive in your car and you're not a professional car maker, you will not know what the problem is on your car. But when you go to somebody who can fix your car, on that time that those people are specialized in your car. But it's your car, so it's up to you about you want to have fixed the problem on your car. If they pronounce it for you, maybe you find the price too high, or maybe it's okay, dependent. And I think you can comparing a car and the whole model with your teeth. Because if you think over it, when you take yourself inside of a car, it's your life when you're driving in the traffic. There's a lot of safety in it, but it can reach a very high speed. So it is definitely your life you're putting on stake when you put yourself inside a car. Definitely if you go on the motorway, and definitely if you go outside the limits of Denmark, maybe to Deutschland or other kind of countries, then it's definitely your life that's on stake when you're driving inside a car. So I will comparing a teeth doctor with a mechanic that can fix your car. If there's a problem with your car and a professional mechanic see the problem, maybe it's only a wire that shall be attached before it's working correctly. But the owner of the car does not know the problem. And now the mechanic said, this is the problem, and you have to have remove whole this spare parts in your car with a whole new one before it's going to drive correctly on the road. And maybe this spare part cost, let's say, 800 kroner, and then he shall have his salary and have talked with somebody about the salary of a mechanicer. A new car today is maybe expensive to get fixed. But in the old times, with the old cars, it was more easy. It was nearly so you could fix it by yourself. And I have a discussion about the price in the hour that a mechanic is taking for fixing your car. Before the crisis, I think you could get fixed your car for maybe 600 or 500 in the hour. But the cars have changed a lot today. There's a lot of electronic in it, and you have to have a professional person to look at your car and have professional tools to fix your car, because maybe there's attached a computer today in your cars. So you have to go to a professional mechanic where they can fix your car, or else they shall have bought those kind of tools to reset maybe the computer inside of your car, so the mistake is deleted when they have remove and fix the spare part. See, in old times, it was maybe 500 to 600 kroner for an hour when the mechanic was fixing your car. But I have a discussion for a while ago, and I think he know what he's talking about. And that hour have maybe reached all up to 1200 kroner for 1 hour for getting your car fixed. It's a lot of money for 1 hour in the mechanic. I don't hope our cars is going to be so advanced, so all the tools they have, that the price is getting higher and higher and higher. You're more into the future we are coming. Then I hope definitely that the spare parts is going to be more and more and more everlasting. But I don't think that is maybe the case. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Depend. But that is the mechanical. Yeah, that's how it is in the tool shop, when you go to the mechanical. That's a little bit about though their prices on that area. It's a little bit different when you go to a teeth doctor. See, here the mechanic can definitely cheat when it's just a wire that's maybe loose and it's making the problem in the computer, and maybe it's blinking inside the panel, and that's maybe just a wire you have to attach more correctly, and maybe that is fixing the problem. But instead, the computer is saying that it's maybe the whole spare part. So he will definitely earn some money on that and say to the customer that he can shift the whole spare part. See, that's like cheating the customers when they already know what the real problem is, and a uh, it's not a high price for the customer to get it fixed, and maybe it will only take 20 minutes for attach the wire so it's sitting more correctly. So the price will definitely go maybe all down, and he can maybe fix it when the customer is already there, so he can maybe get his car with him home on the same day. Everybody have to make a living, and that's maybe one of our problems um, in when we go to some business and want to have help from other people. See, if it only takes 20 minutes to put the wire so it's attached better than before, and there's no problem, then it will only cost 20 minutes in the hour, and that will definitely maybe not be a high price. You can, yeah, if your math is good, you can figure it out by yourself. It's an hour is costing from 600 up to 1200 kroner in 1 hour in the mechanic. It's a subject you have no idea how it's working. You have no idea the problem. And it's not because you have 10 people from different places uh, giving your opinion about the problem. No, you're going to one place and you get one opinion from one place, and you don't know about their taking in you, taking in your ass, because you have no idea on the subject what the problem is. Of course, for the person that's making the car, it's a good deal if he can earn some money on a problem that is much larger than it really is. Then he give himself work and he is fixing the car and he get a good payment and the customer is happy and everybody is happy. You understand? But the knowledge on the area will maybe make the customer angry and the mechanic will not get payment, so he will be angry too. And the people who keep eye on the road will maybe be angry on the person that own the car. So we have a lot of angry people if we does not get fix the problem. See, that's one area. When we take our teeth, we go to the teeth doctor, and we have not the chance to look in our own mouth in the same way that a teeth doctor is doing it. We have maybe not an understanding on what we can do about the problem. If there is a problem, we don't even know about, we are being told that there is a problem. If we don't go to the teeth doctor like we should, and they're not telling us about a problem, the problem will maybe expand, and then we definitely have a problem. Because it's inside our mouth, we does not have the chance to do it ourselves. Because if we have that chance to do that, then we have not go to a teeth doctor if we could do it by ourselves. If we have a hole in our teeth, we expect that a teeth doctor is telling us about the hole. When we have a hole and the teeth doctor does say to us that we have a hole, then we expect that the teeth doctor is coming with some suggestion about what to do about it. How many of you out there have a little hole that the teeth doctor have said to you that you have a little hole? It's not so big, it's a little one, and you can maybe brush it away. How many of you out there have heard from the teeth doctor that you have a little hole in your teeth? Maybe a lot of you have experience to hear that one. I remember when I was going on the school teeth doctor, I have this little hole in my teeth. And the school teeth doctor have some white filler that they could fill in this little hole. So you could see the spot. There was like a white spot where you had the hole. And she just fill it out with this. It looked like cement or something like that that she fill the little hole out with. That was when I was going to the school teeth doctor that was being paid by the state, and I was only a kid. When I get older and I have to go to a teeth doctor and I have to pay, I find that everything was changing. I have had three teeth doctor in my life, and the first one, um, the first one I have, I think she was okay. I don't recall her so much. I just like I was going on school. I just go there like yeah, like I do on school. But there was like two teeth doctor next to each other, so I mistake it next time I go there. And this teeth doctor said she could take me in, and it did not really matter for me as long I there's no problem, of course. I remember this teeth doctor. She said I have a problem, and I don't know how many of you out there who have experienced that the teeth doctor is just acting right after. They say you have a problem, and then they just begin to prepare themselves to fix it without telling you what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. But then they're just preparing themselves to fix the problem. So they can pay out, no, so they can give you that you have to pay for the work. On this case, I think it's wrong of a teeth doctor not to telling their customers what the problem is before they are preparing themselves to fix the problem. I think that's very rude, and I find it's not a good way to handle their customers. I don't know more about how many of you out there would like that you put your car to the mechanic and then he's just fixing it for you, and then he wants you to pay the work instead of telling you first and then you allow him to make it. Isn't that how it's used to be under a mechanic? Okay, so I find something wrong from the first teeth doctor I have here, that she was just preparing herself to want to make it. I did not like that. I find it misinformed and they're not telling me about the problem. No, sorry, I have four teeth doctor actually. I have a yeah, four teeth doctor. Then oh, I don't recall how was this now. But once again, to the next teeth doctor, I experience or misinform about my teeth that I noticed because I have break something from my teeth and they have to repair the side. Um, And there was something about that the first time I come there, they are telling me about the problems with my teeth. And then the next time I come to my teeth doctor, they don't inform me about what they informed me the first time. So there was a kind of a misinformed about my own teeth. And I find that I did not like that. So I was changing my teeth doctor from that day because I don't like to be misinformed about my own teeth. I want them to fix it if there's a problem here and now. If they say there's a little hole, I want them to do something about it so it's not going to expand. How many of you like that treatment? If they said you have a little one, then you definitely hope they can do something about it so it's not expanding, of course. Yeah, now I'm beginning to be older, and on this age, yeah, your teeth is maybe going lower down, and you can maybe expect to get holes in your teeth higher than when you are normal younger. But I have experienced a little bit the same thing like the first time, where the teeth doctor is telling me that I have a hole in that tooth. And then she don't come with some suggestion that she can put something, this white that you was getting in the school. You get some little white cement down in it. You remember that? I don't know about you experienced that, but I remember that, and it hold perfectly in my teeth. She did not suggest to put something in it. She did just tell me that I have a little spot on that tooth. I could, of course, not see it by myself. And today I'm thinking, of course, I'm thinking today, she told me I have a little hole in it. And of course, I'm thinking today, could it have been fixed on that day I was to my teeth doctor when she was informing me about it? Maybe, maybe it could, maybe not. You understand, if she fix it, it does not get any bigger. If it does not get any bigger, it's lesser money next time and next time again. Because if there's a hole, there's some work, just like the car. And you all are going to the teeth doctor, and you all know this. You all know, you all know this, that, yeah, you know this. It's not something new. And it's not because the teeth doctor have changed uh, in many years. It's nearly the same. Maybe they have a little bit different material in the glob that they are putting it together with, but the work have not really changed. It's nearly the same, since many years ago. And we can think a little bit over that. Why does it not change? If we think on the future we are in, why does this step not change in such a way so they can fix the hole without doing something about it? Because you could imagine that actually is possible in that time we are in today. And not only that, there's a lot of suggestions out on the net how the teeth can heal itself and how the teeth can regrowing if you put this on that, and there's all this out on the net, but we cannot see nothing of this when we go to the teeth doctor, and that is just making me wonder a little bit. It is making me wonder. But actually, I'm very happy for the teeth doctor I have right now, because she have some special method that I have not experienced with other teeth doctors, and that one is making me wonder too. Why does all the other teeth doctor uh, not expanding their work in such a way so you can comparing them with each other in the method and how they are treating their patients? Because the teeth doctor I have right now, she have this very good method when she's going to fix the teeth. And if I'm going to shift a teeth doctor, of course I want this method to be copied into a new teeth doctor if I'm going to have a new teeth doctor. But I have just experienced that there's not a lot of teeth doctor that have this method. So I'm very happy for the teeth doctor I have right now. Um, Even if I can comparing some of the problems like all other teeth doctor have, I just think it's something there is in the area, just like the mechanic. I just think it's something, there's a problem on the whole area because the patient cannot really look into the problem by themselves. And I think we can maybe change this just a little bit in the future that we are in. Good luck for that one. And if the teeth doctor refuse to change on this area, then the state can maybe make some teeth doctors where they can renew in how they are fixing the teeth. And then in the end, they can sell their clinic to another owner. On that way, the state can slowly uh, renew that area. And I definitely think we have to have a new method and new ways on this area for the patient. So we are limiting if there's being cheated, and we are limiting uh, so the patient does not know about this problem on this area. And maybe the price will be more suitable too, because it's a little thing, you know, it's a little thing, but the price is nearly twice like when we are getting fixed our cars. And I think that one is a little problem. But it's not of all of it, of course, it's just some of it. For the first, how they fix the hole, I think there's other method out there. I think there's science out there that they are not including because it's not giving them time. It's not giving them the money in the end. So I definitely think we have to look in about there is some suggestions out there how we can get fixed our teeth before it's going totally wrong. The hall, she said I had for a long time ago. Of course, I don't know how that hall was looking at that time, but I can say you this. Here the other day, somebody hit me, like I told you, on my chin, and I don't know about that was making the effect that where I had the hole, that the whole side was breaking off. um, so it was a good thing that he actually hit me because maybe I have never then get fixed that teeth because then I have another teeth I want to get fixed when I have pay another one out. So I can thank the person who hit me in my face, maybe he maybe he was causing that it actually in the end break, because right after I could break it out. So um, yeah, because the hole was getting very big. Um, but for my luck, it was not going all the way down to the nerve. So that was a good thing. There have not been, for my side, if you want to know why I have not gone to the teeth doctor, because there have actually not been money to go to the teeth doctor, because I've already fixed another hole, so I have to pay every month. So that's actually why I did not go to the teeth doctor. There was no money for that one. I did not have the money. I don't know how many of you out there who have tried that. So not because I'm afraid, because I'm really not afraid of going to the teeth doctor. Actually, I've never had that that I was afraid. Only if there's something wrong with them, then I don't like to hear there's a hole in my teeth and they don't suggest to fix it. And that one I think was wrong. I think there should have been a suggestion that they could put some of this white down in the hole that I have experienced when I was going in school. That suggestion was not there. So I think we have some problem on this area, and I think it's a place where there should not be no problems at all, not even cheating or something like that. It's an area where it is the customer is our body, so that's why there should not be no cheating and no problems on this area at all. Then it's up to us about we want to go to the teeth doctor or not. It's up to us how healthy teeth we want to have. So I think on this area, I think we can do this better. And I think that the teeth doctor don't want it to be better because it's good business how it's running right now. But I cannot live with that when it's my teeth. I don't think you can live with that because it's your teeth. It shall be like a Ferrari every time I want to eat something. Isn't that true? It shall be a Ferrari. That's not to discussion. So, how can we fix this area? Because I think we can fix it. Like I was suggesting, the state can make an effect. Everybody in this country are paying our tax. So, if the state are taking just some of this tax just to one place, which because then they are forcing change out in the firms, and that means if our state is putting money into one clinic and putting all that knowledge to our best into that clinic better than the private owners, then we can force them to change, because all the customers will of course go to that clinic where everything in details is for our best. Maybe they will stand in lines outside that clinic because they have all the newest ideas, and everything that can be changed is changed on this clinic. And then you have all the private owners, and they will sit out there and they will see that it's the same prices that they are running with, maybe maybe just a little bit lower on some areas. So if they shall have, if they shall come, if they shall not compare, but yeah, it's the same word, isn't it? Um, shit. Mm, I have it just on my tongue, this word. That's a low battery. Just before I come to the details. Irritating. Yeah, it's in charger now. Um, like when you are running for the prize, you know what I mean. What is that word now? Competition. That was. Then we can change the competition on the area. Isn't that the right word? So we are forcing them to change how they do it on this area. Yeah, we could do it by a law too, but nobody likes we are making law about how we shall run our business. Isn't that true? But so only with doing this, we can maybe change the game a little bit. That we are taking some of our tax and spending it into one at the time, one clinic in an area to make a competition, to forcing all the other teeth doctor to change how they are doing it. There's all this fancy ding dang and all this today. Everybody have a smartphone today. Isn't that right? Everybody have a camera in their phone today. Isn't that right? A picture have suddenly become something everybody can own. When we go to our teeth doctor, they have this special um, tool to take pictures of our teeth. We cannot do that by ourselves. I don't know about they can do that yet. About their make a phone they can do that. I'm not sure on that one. Maybe that's just a question about time before the phone can take pictures like that. Oh, that could be fantastic. Can you imagine that if you break your toe and you can just take a picture of it, and now you have it on your phone and you can go to the doctor? That could be something. Okay, the phone is not so advanced yet, so it's not around the corner right now. But when we go to the teeth doctor, they are definitely taking the picture. And you are paying for that picture. So actually, that picture belongs to you because you have paid for that picture. How many of you is walking out the clinic without that picture in your pocket? You're paying for something, but you don't get it with you. Of course, maybe you should not have it with you because this is your teeth doctor, right? Or what? Maybe it would be a good idea for you to get it with you if you want to go to another teeth doctor, and maybe because you're curious, or maybe you cannot come to your teeth doctor. Maybe you are in another country or something like that. Then you have problems with your teeth, and now you have to have another teeth doctor checking your teeth. Then it could be very nice if you have that picture, isn't it right? That could be a very good thing. Then the teeth doctor could see maybe the problem without taking a picture more, or they could just look into how your teeth is looking and yeah, know how they should work on it. So that could be a good thing for you. And definitely if you are in another country too, then you don't have maybe to pay more that they shall take a picture. Then they can just see the problem if you have just been to the teeth doctor. Maybe you have been it on Friday to the teeth doctor and get fixed something. They put something in maybe or something like that. And maybe you're going to travel to another country the day after, and maybe already on Monday you get problem on that area. Then it could be nice for you that you actually was in possession of this picture. Then you could just go to the other teeth doctor where you are now in this world, and you can just show them the picture, and then they could just go into the area and fix the problem if they could not just see it like that. Then they would fully know about the problem without taking a picture, and the price is getting higher because how much are you paying for a picture on the teeth doctor? Yeah, maybe it's not so expensive anymore. Maybe it's only 200, maybe it's 500, maybe it's around there. So it's not so expensive. But still, again, you're paying for it and it's yours. Today, on many areas, we have the net. Oh, yeah, we have the net. Your private things is on a post that you can go in and look into. All your private things, all your is going on a post that you can go in and read. You're not getting it out in the box anymore from the postman anymore. No, you can go in and look at it on the net. Of course, we could demand that our pictures was getting a special profile on the net when you go to a teeth doctor, that you actually can open your post on your pictures, and maybe you can see your whole life in there with pictures that yeah, it's yours, so maybe you'll find it funny to look at. I don't know. Definitely if you're old and you could see your whole history and there, that could be very funny to just to go in and look on your teeth and the problems you had in many years, and maybe you can get a own idea about how the problem have evolved inside of your mouth. But this is a way to do it, to go on your post, your profile, where all the pictures that have been taken about your mouth will lie in there. So if you end up in another country, you have your pictures with you. You can just open it and you can just show it for a teeth doctor where you are now in a country. Or who knows? Maybe you're in another country and maybe they offer a lower price for getting fixed your teeth. Maybe the gold value in that country, maybe the price is much lower or something like that. It could be very nice to have the pictures of your own teeth. See, that's one area too we already now can fix, because it should actually be like that you nearly get a copy of, not a paper copy, but the real thing with you out from the doctor. But that's not the case. I don't think nobody is getting their picture with them, and maybe they don't want it with them. Maybe they are satisfied with their teeth doctor. And I have to say, I'm satisfied too. But I definitely think we can change it to be a little bit better. So it's not running in the same way like 50 years ago. Yeah. So being possessed of your own pictures, and we have the net. So this is possible. It's just a little click away to make this area possible. Not only that, maybe the teeth doctor can have it just on a screen that's not connected to the net. So they can just open the screen and see your pictures. And it's not like in the old times where they shall look at the picture on the screen, where they're putting it up on this white, there's light behind. No, now they have it permanent and can look into that picture on this screen because it's lying in there in a file. And then maybe you can get your picture with you home. It can be like that too. You have actually paid for it. It's actually yours. It's actually your picture. You pay a lot of money for that picture. Isn't that true? But you never get it with you, but you have actually paid a lot for that. Now there is something on this area with the teeth doctor that's making it a little bit different than your car. And then again not. You know, your car is registered with a number. So when the police is driving behind you, they know who is driving that car. We can actually comparing that with the teeth. Whoa, just a moment. That was just a time bubble. Sorry. Um, like, yeah, it's actually the same with the teeth. Because, you know, if there's a crime and you end up somewhere and you're not in alive, the teeth is something the police definitely can confirm uh, who it really is, beside the DNA, of course. But in many years, it have always been the teeth that the police could look into, and that's why it was a very important thing for the police about the teeth, because that could confirm who it really was that they have found. So, but this area have changed too. That's why I think we can change this area for everybody. Because today they are using another method that like DNA. Because maybe in the earlier days, maybe they have seen that people have maybe take out their teeth. I don't know. Maybe if they want a new identity. But today, yeah, you cannot really do that because there's DNA. So they can get it confirmed through the DNA. That's why I think we can definitely change this area to something better. So the teeth is nearly like your car, you understand? Both area, the police have always could look into that one and have definitely used it in many cases on that area. So I have talked about other things too. I have talked about how you actually can maybe. I have not talked with a teeth doctor about that, but I have looked into the subject, and I know it's a fact that if you lose your teeth because you have fall or something like that, that they're saying that you should put it in milk and you can put it up again. And then you should go to the teeth doctor. And if you are lucky, it will grow back again into your mouth and become maybe as good like before after some days. Because it's a hard thing. Your teeth is a hard thing, and it's surrounded by some soft tissue and sitting in kind of in a wall of bone. So we can definitely change. I'm sure that the science on this area can definitely change to a whole new area. And I'm sure on that. I'm so fucking sure that they can change your whole mouth in such a way so you don't have to use a toothbrush never again in your whole life. And then maybe again not. But preventing for holes, yes. But for the tissue, maybe you should use it because there's something with the you're strengthening the tissue around the teeth when you're brushing your teeth. But then it's only because of that and not because of the teeth. Because the hole will really not appear in your mouth anymore because we have taken it to a whole other level. I know this is possible. I know it's a fact that it's possible. I have tried to draw some suggestions how we maybe can do this because today they can't make things in a machine that was handmade for many years ago. So if they can make that in a machine today, then they can make everything today in a machine. They can just scan it, and after that, they can maybe build something up that have the same shape like your teeth. But then there is this again that about the rejection from our own tissue that if it's not like the same, it can be rejected. But then again, a tooth is already hard, and we are using our mouth every day. So maybe it will be a lesser chance that it actually will reject our teeth in our mouth if we have something else inside. Maybe they can even make teeth in such a way so it's actually hanging better together in our mouth than it already does. Like a kind of a skeleton, and maybe we can make that skeleton hard enough and unbreakable, and maybe it have a lot of holes in that skeleton with something living like the tooth. There's maybe our own, maybe it's a kind of bone or something else. So when we put it up, that it actually is growing back into our own mouth. And now we have a whole new teeth that that react in a way like our own teeth with a kind of a nerve inside because it's living, but the surface is maybe unbreakable in that way that we get holes in our teeth. Maybe there's another problem about the area, and that is about the color. Maybe we cannot get a white color on this area. Maybe we can, maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the science can show. But some of the things I have looked into is we can definitely get a harder surface. That's a fact. We can get a harder surface, and the method is maybe not. It's maybe not a hard way to produce, but about they can whiten the teeth. I'm not sure on that one with this method. So you understand today when you are going to get fixed your teeth, you are going to the teeth doctor and they are correcting the area where you have a hole, so they know that you can use your teeth. They're taking so much away, so they are sure you can use that teeth without it's like breaking if they are putting something on it. See this method, then they are sending that to an area where then are building these spare parts. And when they're finished with that, they're sending it back to the teeth doctor, and then they're putting it on the place that the teeth doctor have prepared and globbing it together. And then it's fixed today. And the glob today is so strong, so it will maybe last in many years. There's a high guarantee on that. All just because we have a better glob today. Yeah, good luck for that. That we shall not sit like our fathers, where when they are uh, uh, eating something hard and then suddenly it's falling out. How many of you have experience with your grandfather or grandmother where that is happening and they're sitting with it in their hands? Yeah, so good luck. We have a stronger glob today that they can welding it together in your mouth. So if we are lucky, when we become a grandfather and grandmother, maybe we shall not sit there with a teeth in our hand, because maybe the glove have hold maybe a longer time, and maybe to our age where we cannot thick our food so hard because we are older. And maybe it will not happen for our uh, kind in our time, if we are lucky, of course. But they say the club is better. They have get something that's a little bit better than they have used before. But then there's some other areas that have been, I think, a little bit worse. And I don't think plastic is a better product than silver. Yes, silver is a little bit toxic. That's true, because it's doing a little bit the same like aluminium and iron, that the surface um, can get this smoothie thing over it. So you have to polish it before it's going to shine again. You know that. Silver is doing that, and that part is toxic to get in our body, because there is another metal in it that's not good for us. That's what they say. I'm not pretty sure on that word either. So they have gone out to plastic, gold, and a material that's nearly the same like our own teeth and porcelain, if you know that. But on that area, I think they can still expand that area much more than we have seen now, because I think there's a lot of material out there that's not suggested for us. And I think gold is very expensive to get in. But of course, then we are sure there's no problem. Porcelain is, yeah, you know how that is, porcelain. Um, if you have a plate or something like that, it can break off. So, yeah, maybe there's something into it that is possible. It can break off because it's made out of clear. The other material that's looking like our own teeth, I don't know how they produce this, but maybe they are cutting it out. And if they can cut that out, then we can use other kind of material in the nature. There's a lot of kind of material out in the nature that we can use, and it's maybe as cheap as this. Maybe they can suggest a more modern kind, where it's maybe colored in a way, like we see glass can be colored in many kind of colors. Maybe we could get some where you can look through it, and it have maybe a shining blue color, just like glass, or shining red or orange or yellow, or what you can just imagine, just like your jewelries have many kinds of suggestion to make you look good. So this could be the case in the teeth area too, a more modern form, more suggestions than it is right now. But of course, many want just to have white teeth because it shall look white. But if we could choose differently, like we choose our earrings or something else like that, yeah, maybe we would choose something else because we find it funny. Maybe we could choose something with a flower on. Oh, maybe we could choose, there could maybe be a little tree or a dog, or just to imagine what you could get on it. That's one part, how far we could actually take it. Not only that, I find this video on YouTube, and it was something about people who get Alzheimer's, and they get some medicine for Alzheimer's. I don't know about this is a valid video or confirmed information. I'm not sure on that area, but I find it very interesting to look at. But they're giving Alzheimer's some kind of medicine, and this medicine did actually have some value about areas on teeth. You know, inside the teeth, there's this whiting, they're soft, and on that one, it's getting harder on the surface. And then in the end, we have this glass surface. And if the glass surface is broken, we know it's easier for us to get hole in the uh, second floor on the teeth, where it's hardened, but it have not this glass surface. And if it's breaking down that hardness, we are coming down to the soft inside the teeth, and then it can be very worse if it's going down to the nerve. So what they showed was that in the soft area, that this medicine, if you actually put it on that area where you have this soft, on the teeth, then when they put this down on it, the same medicine, if I'm remember it correctly, that they are using to Alzheimer's, if they put that on that teeth, it would actually heal itself. And if that could heal itself, then this was only the top layer on the hardness on the teeth that should be repaired. And I think that area is easier for a teeth doctor to repair with something they can glop down, so we don't get this hole that can be go down to our nerve and infecting the whole teeth. But why are we not seeing just a little bit of how a teeth can repairing itself? Not only that, I have seen military soldiers talking about this area too. How they are talking about that if you close the surface on the teeth would heal itself, and your teeth can become nearly working like before. I've seen soldiers talking about this area. Why does we not see just a little bit on this from the teeth doctors when we can go in there and getting fixed our teeth? What about when they say, you have a little hole? What if that they could put a surface over your own teeth, a surface so you are every time you fix on some food, that the hole is protected. There can no more come food down in the hole, and there's kind of this plastic surface over, so it's silent, so there cannot come something down in it. And now the teeth have it possible to heal itself because no other kind of germs is coming down there. We does not see just a little bit of that practice for the teeth doctors. They don't even suggesting that this is area where it's actually possible that they can fix our teeth in such a way so there will not be a problem, that our teeth can heal itself. Not just a little bit. And if we have this beginning hole, why does we not see this to being put out? Maybe they could put a little bit of this medicine down in the hole, and then maybe they could put something over and close it, and maybe we could walk with this that's closed over the teeth in, I don't know how long time it shall have, maybe 14 days, maybe a month. And then we can go up to the teeth doctor and they can maybe take this surface away that's made out of plastic, or what they have. I don't know what it could be, but then they take the surface off, and now we have no hole any longer. The only thing that's not on the teeth is this glass area on the top of the teeth. And who knows, maybe they could get a new kind of tools too in that area. Maybe I'm not sure how it could work, but a kind of a laser, burning laser, and maybe some kind of pounder, glass pounder, that they could just put a little bit of this glass pounder and put it out on the surface, and then you have this laser, and then this laser could go in, and it could maybe actually melting this glass pounder on our own teeth in that area where we have this little hole. And now they can close the surface totally without they shall break the teeth. Yeah, because then the hole just getting bigger in the way they're doing it today. But then they could just burn the surface, and it will hang together with our own teeth like they have no problem been at all. We don't see this is the case that they are working this out today. We don't see even just a little bit about this kind of practice. But if I ask everybody out there, and they've just been to the teeth doctor, and the teeth doctor say that they have like a beginning hole, and they don't do nothing about it because they are waiting it maybe to it's getting bigger, or next time you're coming to the teeth doctor, so they can make a real hole on the surface. But what if they can close it right there? How many of you out there would not have that the doctor is actually closing the area right there before it's getting any bigger? How many of you would allow the teeth doctor to do that? For the first, the price will not get higher. That's one thing. That's a good thing for you out there. The second, your teeth will not be like it was its own. That's another thing. And what I suggest on this area, that they actually can renew the whole area. And if the teeth doctor will not renew themselves because they know that it's possible, they have the knowledge on your teeth, they know it's a living thing, they know all about this. But if they are doing this, maybe they're not earning so many money like they do today. And maybe we should ask our state that if they shall renew themselves, that they actually get a little bit of our tax. I don't know about they already do that, but maybe we could suggest that they get just a little bit if their salary is going down to make a better way to treat our teeth. I'm not an expert on the area, but yes, I've looked into the subject, and I know it's possible. And what I meant was if they are not changing with the time, and they keep on practicing uh, like nearly like 15 years ago, because it's nearly the same practice they do. Yeah, maybe they get a little bit better tools, and a little bit better glove, and yes, maybe everything is just getting just a little bit better. But I remember when we get silver in our teeth, the price was definitely longer down, and how long it was holding was definitely higher than the plastic they're offering us today. So some things is getting better, where some areas getting a little bit worse when we're looking at the price. But if the state actually was going in and making some uh, uh, new clinic where they everything they could think of was new, then they could force that every clinic was going to look into their method and copying it to their own clinic. And maybe we should only let the state make only one clinic to get the method out in all clinic, that they are changing how they actually are doing this area. And maybe the practice on our teeth was going way higher up than it already is, because in a long life, your teeth will definitely change. And how will your teeth change? We could definitely imagine if you are 20 years old and you are 15, then we can not definitely see that the size on the teeth is getting a little bit lower. Isn't that right? I think that is correct. That is actually getting lower in a higher age that we come. So what if it hold this area about how we can close a hole without we can see that there actually have been a hole, because it's like our own teeth. What if that they actually can that offering renew uh, teeth when it's getting lower, that they actually can uh, on the whole surface where we're eating our food, what if they can on the whole surface giving it a whole new layer of a kind of a, a glass, a crystal on the top on the teeth, maybe on the side too, but I think that's more difficult because it's on the side. But try to imagine that this pounder they are closing the hole with. Maybe they could put this pounder on the whole teeth and burning a whole new layer on our teeth. And now maybe our teeth can become just like when we was 20, because it have just get that layer extra that we have lost in the many years that we have used our teeth. So maybe we can even pay to get better teeth with our own teeth, because that is not offering today. I cannot see uh, no method that's offering to rebuild our teeth. Like, let's say that on your front teeth, maybe they are going a little bit lower too. Maybe you want them sharper or you want some extra on it. What if they could rebuild the top on it, that they could burn the surface on it and actually build up our own teeth, so it's hanging so good to our own teeth like it is our own teeth. And maybe they could slide the surface in such a way so we are re-winning what we have lost ever since that we have been children. I think I think we can rethink whole new on this area. And this is a matter about people want it out there, about they believing it in it out there. I definitely think that we can nearly vote in that the state have to put one clinic up just as an experiment where all the new science on teeth is allowed on that clinic. And then let's see about people will choose that clinic if they are offering something that's better than their own teeth doctor is doing. On that way, we can force it to change through our own tax, because it's our body. We are using this mouth every fucking day, every day. Just like your car, you're nearly using that every day too. But I think you want more of a rye inside your mouth than the one you're putting yourself out in. See, see, that was just a little bit on this area that maybe you all know out there. Maybe everybody is knowing about this and just ignoring it. Every time they go to the teeth doctor and they tell them otherwise, they are listening to them and they are ignoring that they maybe know that it can be better than what they are telling them. Just like the mechanic where the wire was loose. and he have to shift out the whole spare part, and he is earning a lot of money on that. Not for our best, actually. But this is just in our mouth, on an area where I definitely think that it can become better, much better than it is. It's the same, nearly like for 50 years ago. It's the same method. They have not changed, actually, just a little bit on some, but the whole area have not changed. It's the same. Why is that? Does we have some force that don't want it to change? Maybe in older days it was maybe the police. Maybe they did not want it to change because they was using this when everybody was dying. So it was a good thing for the police that they could see, now repairing here and repairing here, and people have to go to the teeth doctor because there's problems. But this does not exist any longer because they have better method in the police today, like DNA. So the police don't have to touch this area any longer. Now they will just see that they have more than one method, like they have the teeth and the DNA. But I think we can demand some change on this area. Not only that, I will dig into something else. That's a little bit about the price. I pronounce for you that with the mechanic, it was like 600 or 1200 krona for an hour. And if I ask many people out there, they will definitely say, it's a lot of money. It's a good payment, definitely. And maybe you have an understanding that it's a good payment because it's a car. You're driving in it on the road. It's a good payment. But what if I told you, what if I told you that when you have a hole in your mouth and you shall have fixed your teeth, that this payment is twice than the mechanic? Can that be right? It's twice as high as the mechanic. Maybe not twice, but 4 times at the same price, maybe. 4 times the same price. How can that be? See, if 1200 for an hour for the mechanic, if 1200 in 1 hour for a mechanic work on your car, 1200 kroner. If that's 1200, then I want to explain you 5,300 is only for the working hours when you shall have fixed one of your teeth. So, and then the spare part is coming on that price. And then it's maybe like 6,000 or 6,500 for the spare part that they have to attach to your teeth. They have been fixed somewhere else. That's being shipped from that place to a teeth doctor. How come that all that will be 5,300 for the time of fixing your spare part, How can it be so much? How much are they taking in the hour then? If 1 hour in a mechanic is 1,200, well, what are they taking in their hour then for cutting these teeth? That's minus for the spare part what the spare part cost. 5,300. See, if we running it round it down to 1,000, then it's like that's like 5 hours plus minus. That's 5 hours. Okay, we know it definitely don't take 5 hours for the teeth doctor to put the spare part on your teeth. So it cannot be your teeth doctor that's taking all this, is it? Or is it? Because then I have to. Okay, there's something about guarantee and something like that. I understand. Maybe they take a little bit more than when they are just cleaning your teeth. I understand they take a little bit more because they have a 2 years guarantee. So maybe they want a little bit more payment than just when they're cleaning your teeth. But 5,300 for cleaning your teeth, that's maybe 20 minutes. Isn't that true? Plus minus, depending on who teeth it is. That's like 20 minutes. And you know what they stand on the on that one that you have to pay. That's like what maybe 500. It will be for it all 500. But how come to put a spare part on? That cannot be. They cannot take more for that, can they? If it's the same time they're using on it, it's maybe 20 minutes too, or a half hour to put that spare part on your teeth. Okay, then they have to prepare the place. That's maybe a half hour or 30 minutes. So we are not at all up on 5 hours at all. Maybe a little bit under 1 hour. If you shall compare it with the mechanic, that's like 1,200. Okay, 1,200, and then the spare part, that's maybe 1,000 plus minus, and then maybe 1,200 more. How can it be more than that? I have to remind people this is not from my own teeth doctor. I have gone out and asked a lot of teeth doctor what their payment was, what they should have for doing that job, because I was not sure that I could come earlier to my own teeth doctor. So I have to ask other people about they could do the work earlier than my own teeth doctor. But that was not the case. But then I have make a little bit research, and I get very confused when I ask so many teeth doctor that they have different methods on every teeth doctor that you nearly come to, and they say something different on this area on all the teeth doctor that I actually visit just in this area. So how is it on the whole country? Maybe I could get so many yeah, maybe I could get so many answers. So I will be left over to be so confused over what is the right thing. But here's a little bit for you out there because it's your teeth. You understand that? Here's something for you to wonder over, and maybe I make you curious at it over your own teeth doctor, and maybe over your own teeth, and maybe you actually find it very good idea what I'm talking about. A whole new clinic from your tax, from our state, with the newest of the newest method from science, just for putting out an example to forcing on this area new method and new ways to make your teeth, because it can definitely be made better, better than they maybe already are making them.